concert pianist. We're at the Pobbleskull in Youghal, venue for your big event that you'll be performing on the 18th, Thursday the 18th of April, here at the Pobbleskull in aid of Youghal Cancer Support Group. Sam, first of all, welcome to Youghal.
I'm very happy to be here. I've been here before, about 5 years ago, and I'm thrilled to be here back in... I played here at the school for the students at one point. Now we're going to have the evening concert here on the 18th. Yes, this is my fourth time to Ireland, so I'm happy to be here. It's well, actually, one of the good things, and I travel a lot. I've been to 58 countries, and so this is one of the few places I don't need a translator. So that's good, you know. I mean, I go to other places, China and things, and Japan, and so you have translators. But here, you know, but I'm happy to be here. A beautiful country, beautiful.
For sure. Now, briefly about the event itself, which is taking place here at the Pobbleskull. It's in aid of Youghal Cancer Support Centre. How did Sam Rotman end up doing the concert in aid of that?
Well, I was coming here to Ireland, and I know Mervyn Scott, and so he asked me, which I've been asked many times, would I be willing to do a benefit concert? And so I said, sure. I've done things in South Korea for North Korea. I've done things raising in London, getting shoes for orphanages in Romania. So, I mean, they said, would you be willing to do a concert for raising money for that? And absolutely. I mean, I think and anywhere you go, there's the need with cancer and research and helping people's lives and quality of life. And so I hope many people come. It's for a good cause, very worthy cause. It's not helping to, for me, it's not paying the electric bill at the school. It's helping a real cause right here in Youghal. So it's not going someplace else, but here for the needs of the people.
Yeah, and as we listened to you play a piece there just before we began to speak, I couldn't help but think, because the Youghal Cancer Support Centre is going to be very much about, I suppose, about not just support, but therapy, relaxation, that type of thing. And I couldn't help but think it was quite apt for what the cause is ultimately for.
Oh yeah, well, music therapy is a big, you can study and be a music therapist, which helps people with music and relaxation and healing and quieting the mind and the lack of anxiety with that comes with illness. And so, oh yeah, well, it's wonderful music, and people really, it's not to be entertained in that sense, but it's great music for people to enjoy. And as people come, I'll be playing especially some music by Debussy, which is very soothing, very relaxing. I always say you listen to the music of Debussy and all the stress goes out of you. You'll be a puddle of water in the living room if you listen to it. But so my point is that I think that as people come and hear the music, that they can know that this is for a great cause to help people in their time of need.
And apart from supporting the cause, who would enjoy your concert? What kind of people would be, should come?
Yes. Well, first of all, anybody that likes classical music, Bach and Beethoven. I mean, it's been around for 300 years. The music would be very good. Even just if you like piano, I mean, just basically hearing the piano, and I'll be playing music from 1685 to 1953. So that's 300 years of music, plus music, so you'll be hearing a whole genre. So people just love piano. I mean, they love jazz, they love other forms of piano. They hear a lot, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, I love the sound of the piano. I love piano music. And I say any particular, oh, I love jazz, I love classical, I love pop music. So people, but then also let me say, it's, I think, great for people who have children or grandchildren who are studying music. And for 30 years, people have written me letters, they send me emails, they ask me, how can I get my children to practice more? I have a son that plays piano, or a daughter that plays clarinet, or I have a granddaughter that plays piano. How can I get my kids to practice? And I mean, this is very serious. I know this is the answer. Take him to a concert. Take him to a concert. Because you take the child to the concert, and they see the pianist player or the violinist and the conductor, and they say, "Oh, mommy, I want to play my little piece like that."
They see the potential.
They see the potential. They are inspired. It inspires them. And I always said that one concert is equal to 6 months of nagging. So if you take into 2 concerts in a year, you've saved yourself a whole year of nagging. No, but I mean, I really mean that. Take your child to a concert and let them see and hear the music, and it inspires them, and that motivates them. So, anybody with children, anybody studying music, a child studying piano, if there's piano teachers listening, bring your students, it will inspire them. Anybody likes any classical music, anything, of course, there's a famous John Ireland who wrote some great music, and then of course Fields is a great Irish composer who wrote great piano music, nocturnes and things. And then of course anybody who just likes piano in general. So there's really something for everybody.
I can hear the tickets flying out. Tell me a little bit about Sam Rotman.
Well, I got into music through my mother. My mother loved classical music, and so I started when I was 9 years old. When I was 11, I wanted to be a concert pianist, and so practiced a lot and devoted myself to improving, as any student. Started practicing 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I won a very big competition and played with a big orchestra. And the U.S. was written up in magazines. There were 6,000 people at that concert. Wow. And then I went to a famous music school, Juilliard School of Music in New York City. It's a very famous school. Was there for 5 years, got a bachelor's and a master's. And so really was practicing quite a bit. And
was there much nagging on the way to that?
Not too much, no. My mother, I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning to practice for 2.5 hours before I went to school. This was every day. So from 5:30 to 8, I practiced.
You were a keen student.
I was a keen student, that's right. So, but I remember my mother whistling at 5:30. It was not an alarm clock, she was my alarm clock. And to this day I get shivers when I remember her whistle, because, it was not nagging, it was getting me up to go practicing and things like that. But so I practiced at Juilliard 10 hours a day because I knew that this would be my opportunity to really devote myself and study music. I didn't have to take physics, I didn't have to take math course, it was just music. Yeah. And then I graduated there, playing a lot of concerts, was in competitions in Vienna, Austria, was a winner in a competition in Vienna, Austria of Beethoven, and was in Moscow in competition. So now I've played in 58 countries, and I've done, the night the concert, which I'm playing here, this will probably broadcast afterwards, will be my 2500 concert. So my 2500 concert is going to be in Ireland. How's that?
That's fantastic.
I always remember where my concerts are when they're 500. I can tell you my 1500 concert was in South Africa. My 500th concert was in France. So I always remember where these big numbers are, 1,000, 2,000. So my 2500 concert will be here in Ireland. And so I continue to play, and I love to share really, to me, my music is not the most important thing in my life. I have a deep faith in the person of Jesus Christ, and which really transformed my life when I was a student at Juilliard. And so I love to just share that this is me personally, just my story, because I'm very much aware of life is not just music and sound, but there's a spiritual aspect to life and living, and to know God in a personal way, which is very meaningful to me.
Have you any particular experience that led to that?
Yes, well, my experience was being raised Jewish. I met some people at Juilliard who were believers, devout believers in Jesus, and they challenged me to read the New Testament. And that was the turning point. Reading the New Testament, meeting Jesus in the New Testament was very powerful to me. I wouldn't have known about Jesus except reading that. In fact, I always say this in a funny way. I thought that Jesus was a Christian, but I realized he was Jewish. So that shows how ignorant I was, or just unknowing. But really, the person of Jesus Christ, the words of Jesus Christ, this person. I almost thought of throwing the book away because I thought it was so outlandish. But I thought if I throw this book away, it may be the biggest mistake of my life. And so in May of 1971, I was 20 years old and gave my life to live for Jesus Christ. And it was the greatest moment of my life. I was completely transformed, and it was absolutely beyond words. And the music gives me a lot of happiness. I always say that. But not one note of music has ever changed me. And Jesus Christ, this person, changed me on the inside out. And that's true. I mean, a lot of things can give you happiness, marriage or a car or your house or things, your children, but they're not life. Life is this person, Jesus Christ, and he changed me on the inside, where music they can tickle my ears and have me have some joy, but that's a difference than on the inside of knowing God in a personal way. And so that was my experience. Okay,
well, so what you're offering is not to change people, but certainly perhaps to uplift them on the evening in question, give them a bit of joy, as you say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to hear, as I said, music, 300 years of music, and we're going to hear some Bach, some Beethoven, you're going to hear some Debussy, this very calming music of French music, Debussy, Russian music, Rachmaninoff, Prokofiev, a very unique piece called the Music Box, which people will love it. It's a very unique piece. It's not played very much, but it sounds just like a music box. So what I'm saying is that they're getting a whole palette. They're getting lamb, they're getting potatoes, they're getting a salad, they're getting dessert, they're getting they're getting a full meal, really. French music,
something for everyone.
French music, Russian music, classical music, romantic music, Baroque music, yes, yeah. And then I'm going to share a little bit about my story, just a little bit.
Okay, well, let's talk about that just briefly, because you're here in Youghal now ahead of the concert.
Yes.
But you've come from Phoenix, Arizona. You're based there now, I understand.
That's right, yeah. Flew in yesterday from Phoenix, and so I'm here for 2 weeks. And played yesterday at a school in Lismore, and just playing in schools, and then these evenings with concerts and things. So I'm going to be going up to Belfast, playing up there around different areas, out to Tralee and out to Limerick and Killarney.
So you're not loitering?
I'm not. Oh no! I'm not loitering. I'm playing every day, sometimes twice a day, and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I figure I'm coming here and I want to play, and people enjoy the music, and so I'm not the type of pianist that plays one day and rests for 3 days. I play every day, So I'll be playing probably 14, 15 concerts here in the 13 days that I'll be here. I mean, I'm here 2 weeks, but I arrived, overnight flight and things like that. So yeah.
Wow. So you'll have earned your corn. People should be generous on the night.
Yeah, I've earned my corn. Yes, I'll be playing about 40,000 notes and stuff, so they'll be getting a lot of notes and things like that in music. But again, I encourage people to come. It's a good cause, and it's a very good cause here in Youghal, and so I think they'll enjoy the music, and it will be an enjoyable time.
And on the night, Sam, will you simply perform on the piano, or will you talk to your audience?
Well, this is something interesting that I developed many, many years ago. I'm convinced that years ago I learned that many people go to a concert, but they don't know what they're listening to. I mean, I'm telling you, even in New York City, where you have the New York Philharmonic or a sophisticated orchestra, and there's all these people in tuxedos, they don't know what they're listening to. And so I take a brief moment, just a minute, sometimes a minute and a half, and I explain the piece. Listen to this. This is a cathedral coming out of the water. You'll hear these 3 bells. And I've heard this for decades now. People tell me, your explanation made the concert just amazingly personal to me. I could hear this. Oh, I could hear this. I could hear this. It just made it so much more informative and revelatory to really know, because he says, I don't know what I'm listening to. I mean, it sounds okay, it sounds good, but when you hear about, what this was, or what Beethoven was thinking when he wrote this, and what's unique about this piece, and the music box, and you'll hear something unique at the end. So all those things, I think, contribute. So I try to share with the audience. I'm not this type of pianist that I walk out, you're down there, I'm up here, I'm the great pianist, you're just the audience, you don't know anything, I know everything, and watch me display my greatness to you. Yeah. No, I'm not like that.
Yeah, I think people will be interested to hear that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I think that them knowing a little bit about the music will make it much more informative, and they'll enjoy it more.
Right. Right. We talked about the cause, Sam, and the cause is the Youghal Cancer Support Group and ultimately Youghal Cancer Support Centre, because that's what it's all about. It's all about setting up this centre to make a facility available for people who are affected by cancer in this area. You talked about your faith a little bit earlier on. The people behind us here, the people who have led the establishment of this centre, because there's no question about it is going to happen at this stage, they, albeit have been affected by cancer in one way or another, but they have shown extraordinary faith and commitment as well. Are you impressed by that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because I did hear that all the people involved were cancer survivors and things. Oh, yes. I mean, I mean, there's been no family, basically that's ever existed that has not been affected in some way by cancer. I mean, my father, at the age of 89, passed away from cancer, and absolutely. I mean, it takes a lot of emotional, physical, spiritual strength. I mean, and that's what's great about when you have a person like Jesus Christ who said, "I'm with you always," and you're not alone, and you're not going through this by that you've not been deserted, I would say, in that sense. So it just helps people in a spiritual level to help them in their life and to think about important things in their lives and things like that. But I mean, I mean, there's no doubt. We all know. I know people who have survived cancer and things, and a lot of them, are a tribute to their incredible perseverance and strength and things. And I'm very, very moved by people who have had this very great trial, and yet by God's grace they've come out on the other side with life and appreciation of life, and just having more maybe quality about what life is about. I mean, sometimes the illnesses sometimes tells us what's really important.
Indeed, concentrates the mind.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, Sam, I'm sure that the Youghal Cancer Support Group really appreciate the commitment that you're showing as well in performing, and we hope that people will turn out on the night, and we've no doubt but that those who do will enjoy.
Great. Well, I'm very happy to be here in Youghal, and I again invite people to come. There's many good reasons to come. I mean, to support the community, support people in need, support to build this center, and then enjoy the music. Hey, come and enjoy the music, and have your child and come and enjoy the music. And if people are worried, well, my child's 6 or 7 years old, I can tell you nothing distracts me. I'm very focused as a performer. If there's a little wiggling around, no, it doesn't bother me at all.
You're not going to storm out.
No. People said, "Did you hear the baby cry?" I didn't hear anybody cry. So it's not just for the hoity-polloi, the upper, bring family, bring your children, let them enjoy it, and it's all let's all gather together for a wonderful evening and a great cause. How's
Thursday,
that?
April 18th. What's the time, Sam?
7:45. Come and enjoy it, and again, thanks for the opportunity to come and be a part of it.
Okay, enjoy. Thanks for talking to me, Sam Rotman.
Thank you for having me.